poppin' YouTube? What's poppin' Milwaukee? What's poppin' sneakerheads? It's your boy, Milwaukee Got Kicks 2, coming at you with the first episode of Kicks and Guns. Today on Kicks and Guns, we want to talk about gun safety. First, let's start by clearing the firearm. You always want to clear your firearm. This is going to be rule 1 to gun safety on Kicks and Guns. It doesn't matter if you took the gun apart, if you've been cleaning it, if you've been working with it all day, you checked it several times. Always keep checking the firearm. Always make sure this firearm or any firearm is always unloaded. When dealing with a firearm, especially when dealing with firearms in home, with kids around, kids present in the area, bullets, guns, no. I can't stress this enough. You have to always make sure your firearm is unloaded. Say you have a buddy come over to visit, he has the new XD, Glock, whatever you want to say. It's important that if your friend hands you that firearm, you check the firearm. Always make sure the gun is unloaded. It takes 2 seconds to do. It doesn't hurt to check it even if it's unloaded, because you want to get in the habit of building up pretty much muscle memory. You want to be able to do this consistently every time you grab a firearm. You always want to be able to have the notion of checking a firearm. I can't stress this enough. A lot of people grab firearms, they get to playing with them, pointing them at each other. That's another no-no. Rule 2 would be always make sure this muzzle is pointing in a safe direction. You don't want this muzzle pointing at anyone like this. You don't want to be playing and talking or whatever, and your firearm is just, in a direction of a human being, animal, or whatever. You always want the muzzle to point in a safe direction. You don't want anything in front of that muzzle that you don't want to destroy. The next one is a big rule that a lot of people break: putting that finger inside the trigger guard. Very big no-no in the gun world, and it's actually breaking one of the 4 major rules of gun safety. Keep that finger outside of the trigger guard. The trigger guard is designed to keep you safe, keep others around you safe. I see it in a lot of rap videos. I see it on a lot of reviews. People make a mistake and put the finger in there like this. That's a no-no. I have trained several people how to shoot firearms, and before I even let them shoot 1 round off, this is some of the things we go over. And I stress that a lot, is to keep that finger outside the trigger guard. Accidents happen, mistakes happen, but in the gun world, to me, my opinion, mistakes shouldn't happen. Accidents shouldn't happen. No one should be shot by mistake or by accident. A lot of the times that people end up in these situations is because they fail to use gun safety. They don't check the firearm. They carry around the house or leave the firearm around the house in random places with one live in the chamber, which is another no-no. They're so-called cleaning their weapon, finger on the trigger, one in the chamber, and boom, accident happened. So they say. To me, it's not an accident. It's foolishness. It's your negligence, because only way that type of incident can happen is if you have a live round in the chamber, your finger was on the trigger. It's the only way you could make that accident, the only way you could make that mistake. And it shouldn't happen. Yeah, man, you gotta really be aware of your surroundings, be aware of what you're doing, how you're handling a firearm. The next rule I want to touch on is seeing your target and beyond, man. If you're in a situation where you have to protect yourself, your family, someone else in the public, you have to really think and be in control of what you're doing. You have to really be able to identify your target and beyond. You want to make sure there's nobody standing on the other side of the target, pretty much. You don't want to be, you know, taking out a bad guy, and there's a school with a glass window right behind that person. You want to readjust to where if you have to take that shot, you know, at least run that bullet through him into a concrete wall or whatever, if you have that option. Sometimes you don't have that option. Just be aware of things like that. Another things I want to touch on, that's a part of safety, and you may not realize it, but ammunition, man. Stop using these. This is a round nose range ammo, bullet, projectile, full metal jacket. This belongs in a range, or, you know, planking somewhere outside at an outdoor range or wherever. This is not good for home defense. This is not good for self-defense. This is a round that's meant to be practiced with. Start using these guys here, hollow points. This here is a jagged hollow point, made by Federal. This is a nice caliber round. This is a 9mm. Can't stress this enough either. A lot of guys are using these round nose in their firearms, and that's a big no-no. This is over penetration. This is just enough penetration. You don't want to over penetrate. You want to just enough penetration. I'll put it that way. If you do want to get more penetration than this, then you can move up to hollow point with a rubber polymer tip in it, and that will help you get more penetration than a regular standard full hollow point round. Over penetration can cause this round to go through you and hit an innocent person somewhere else, or you say you use this round for home defense. If you use a round nose in home defense situations, and you have kids or you have someone else spending the night in the living room or they're in another room next to you, and you have to take a shot that's towards that wall, this round will go through that wall, the attacker in that wall. This round will go through. You don't want to use this in home defense situations. I mean, if this is all you have and this is all you got, go for it. It will do the job at stopping the attacker, but you know, you can harm people in home and out of your home, because this bullet can go into a neighbor's house. Hollow points won't do that. Hollow points are designed to stop on impact and with massive expansion. If I shoot a hollow point, it hits the attacker, like most likely it'll be in the attacker. Oops, excuse me. If I shoot a hollow point into an attacker in a home, it's pretty much gonna stay in them. Chances are, if it do go through them, it'll stop in the drywall or stud in the wall, whatever. That's why I choose hollow points, or anyone should choose a hollow point for a self-defense round in home and in public, as far as your EDC, your everyday carry, because you know, this is just too much penetration. If you over penetrate, you are responsible for every bullet that leaves the chamber. So you do not want an innocent person being shot by a bullet that you delivered. So you don't want to use round nose. Stay away from those. Those are garbage. Stick to hollow points. You want more penetration than this hollow point, move up to this hollow point with a polymer tip. That'll do the trick. You have to be smart, man. You have to think. Incidents happen where kids get a hold of firearms. Man, that's not cool. You should always, you know, keep your firearms locked up. I got safes. I got one right behind the camera, a Century safe. I keep a lot of my firearms in there as far as the handguns. I do have bigger safes for my bigger weapons, as far as my rifles, my hunting rifles, my shotguns and things like that. So safes are recommended in home. Just because you don't want the kids to get them, you don't want criminals to break in the house and get them. You know, keep the firearms protected as well, just like the firearms keep you protected. You know what it is, man. It's that time, man. It's that segment, man. It's what we do, what we sneakerheads do, man. This is it, bro. You know I like my 13s, man. Check them out. Bah. The Tiffany blue 13s. And I almost slept on them. I almost slept. Check them out. I'm glad I didn't sleep on them, man. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, man. And I was about to sleep on these, but I love 13s, and I love this colorway. At first, I was gonna sleep on them because I wasn't sure of the colorway, and I was like, man, it's gonna be hard to get something that's Tiffany blue. And it is hard to get that color, but I found out mint gold, it's not there, but it's close enough. So you can rock mint with this. I have found a shirt with Tiffany blue in it. I bought it offline. I won't give you the actual site until I start getting some sponsors and stuff like that. But I did find a dope shirt that matched these. And so there is places out here who got Tiffany blue shirts online. I couldn't find any in the local stores in Milwaukee, but you know, it is what it is. Mint, it's close enough to go. I like it. Get into the shoe, man. You have Tiffany blue, of course, suede at the bottom of the shoe. The upper is made out of baby gator. Actually, it's just a print. It's not real baby gator skin, but it's a print of baby gator. And it's premium leather, man. It's nice, thick, quality leather shoe. Retailed at, I want to say I paid I believe I paid $200 for these. Right around the time they dropped. Real dope shoe, man. I was gonna sleep on it, but it kept catching my eye, and I was like, man, I could do some things with that, and I think I'm gonna do some things with that, with this shoe, man. Check it out. Look at the bottom, the paw print. Bah. It's just, man, 13s are just nice, man. And I will have a couple on-feet videos with this shoe and my other shoes that I got. I have a lot of dope shoes, man. I got some heat. You know, Milwaukee got kicks too. We in the building. But just to finish getting into the shoe, man, they replaced the cat eye here with this silver buckle. It's kind of like metal. It feels metal, but it's not. I believe it's plastic. To me, it feels metal, but the more I look at it, I think it is a little plastic piece. But they switched it with the 23 and the Jumpman logo. Get a view of that. I don't know if you can see that good. But yeah, that's a 23 and a Jumpman logo. On the tongue, you have the same thing, same material. This is just the Jumpman logo, but it gives the vibe of metal, like a stainless steel metal. That's the vibe it gives. Nice quality, man. Jordan brand really did their thing on this one. Man, I can't really speak too much about it. The shoe speaks for itself. You do have the Jordan tag in the front. Underneath, you do have the white number 13. You do have the cat eye at the bottom of the shoe with the Jumpman logo at the bottom of the shoe, and like a marble silver ordeal going on. You know, of course, black paws outlined with the Tiffany green. Dope shoe, man. Dope shoe. I could do a lot of things with this. And a lot of people actually slept on this shoe, and a lot of people didn't. So I think this shoe was more like a 50-50 release. You know, half the sneakerheads got them, half the sneakerheads didn't. I'm really happy I grabbed these. Yeah, man. So that's pretty much it. Jordan 13 Tiffany blue. Thanks for tuning in. Drop a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you know the slogan. If you don't know the slogan, learn the slogan. Stay fresh, stay fly, stay humble. We out.